God's done with the Jewish people, which is why they're willing to make that separation, that distinction, that segregation between Judaism and Christianity, or rather Christianity and its Jewish roots.
Christianity and its Jewish roots. Once again, this is a idea that somehow modern day rabbinic Judaism is like the religion of the Bible, and it's not. I think that we need to get back to what God has allowed the Jewish people to preserve. And what has he allowed them to preserve? The Torah. And so I think that the push from all sorts of different people is to leave the idea behind that somehow the Gentiles are not allowed to partake in the covenants, and that we want to partake in the covenants, and that we will do so, and don't need late rabbinic, oftentimes mystical Jewish interpretation to inform us on the Word of God.
And so things like this Pronomian Christianity, the problem for me is it's very, for me, it sounds and feels very anti-Semitic. To me, it is a bastardized form of replacement theology, because now not only are they saying, which, by the way, you've heard me say that in previous episodes about things like what we see with the two-house movement and so on, but Pronomian Christianity, I think, is a bastardized form of supersessions, replacement theology, in that replacement theology, the church says God's done with the Jewish people, we're taking the Jewish Messiah, but leaving the Jewish people and the Jewish stuff behind. Pronomian Christianity now says we want the Jewish Messiah, we want the Torah that was given to the Jewish people, we want to live that out, but we still don't want those Jewish people in the way.
Actually, I don't think it has anything to do with the Jewish people, and this is where, they're desperately trying to shove anti-Semitism into their argument. I have nothing against the Jewish people. In fact, most of my relatives are Jewish by blood and have been stellar examples of Christ followers throughout their lives. And my grandparents come to mind immediately. My father comes to mind immediately. This is not the point. The point is that I have absolutely the greatest respect for the Jewish people around me. And many of them have never been in the Messianic movement, nor do they care to adopt the Messianic movement. Now, it's fine that there are people like my father who is in the Messianic movement, and God bless him for that. I think that that's great. The point is that I don't think that it's necessary to adopt Jewish tradition. And there is this idea that late rabbinic tradition, if that's rejected, it's anti-Semitic. That's not anti-Semitic. That's looking at the Bible and being honest with the history.